Ok, donc la vidéo que vous allez voir, c'est un podcast avec un CTO, enfin un ancien CTO, quelqu'un d'assez successful, qui a monté sa boîte, qui était CTO de la boîte et qui l'a revendu, et qui est maintenant en train de construire son propre produit ici à Da Nang. Donc c'est un podcast assez chill qu'on a filmé ensemble, histoire de discuter un peu de l'IA, du vibe coding, de l'avenir des développeurs, etc. Donc c'est rien d'exceptionnel, mais c'est quelque chose d'assez chill que vous pouvez regarder tranquillement. Donc voilà, je vous souhaite un bon visionnage.
Little Hanoi Cafe in Da Nang for people that are interested. They have good food.
Yeah.
I got like a chicken sandwich for breakfast. And the coffee is pretty good.
Coffee is good, yeah.
The coffee is pretty good.
Yeah.
You have been here before.
Yeah, one time.
One time.
Yeah. Do you read books?
I used to. Now I listen to podcasts. I feel that the bandwidth of information that you get in a podcast is much higher than the bandwidth that you get from a book.
But I feel like in a book you get not cleaner but better information than in podcasts.
You think so?
In podcast it's more messy, chaotic.
Yeah.
In a book it's really focused on something and deep. I think so.
Sometimes books can repeat stuff. Sometimes books just to drive an idea home, they take multiple different examples of something and then try to apply the framework that is in the book to whatever problem they're trying to solve, right?
Yeah. To make the book longer.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's true.
Because sometimes a book can be told in like 5 pages, but then they need to fill up whatever, 100, 200 pages.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's a lot longer. I like what Balaji, you know Balaji Srinivasan?
A podcast?
Well, he has a podcast, but he wrote a book called, I think, The Network State. And what he did is he describes his idea in one sentence, in one paragraph, and then also in longer versions. So it's up to you which version you want to take.
Is the guy famous on Twitter? That's
Yeah, a lot of followers on.
yeah, I know.
He was a co-founder, I think co-founder, CTO of Coinbase. And he now does the network school. So in Malaysia, they have like an island, and they rent out space on that island. So you have like a room, or you have a share room, you have a private room. You have your gym, your food, your wellness, everything taken care of. And the only thing that you need to do is show up and work and build.
On an island?
Yes, on an island off the coast of Singapore and Malaysia. So it's in Malaysia, but it's just off the coast of Singapore. So you can drive over from.
Yeah, but for a millionaire, I guess.
I think maybe billionaire actually.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
Co-working for billionaires. Okay.
Oh no, I think Balaji is a billionaire, but like the space is for, I think it's 1,500 for a shared room per month.
Okay.
And that's everything. That's your internet, electricity, food, you get lunch, breakfast, dinner, you have a gym integrated, you have like saunas and ice baths and all the wellness stuff that you want. And it's all in this big, I think it used to be a hotel. And because it's a dead island. So the story is an interesting one because there used to be some Chinese developers that took care of this forest island, and they built it out, but then nobody came. So it became a ghost island.
Okay.
And then Balaji came along and said, hey, we could rent that space and bring in indie hackers. And through his reach, a lot of people signed up. I was interested in going as well, but
It's something that you want to build too?
yeah, I would like to experience it. Yeah.
On an island too?
Huh?
On an island too?
Yeah, why not? Oh, are you asking me if I want to build it or if I want to be there?
Build it.
Maybe not. I don't think I'm big enough to build something like that. I need to increase my followers first.
You can start now.
Yeah. Maybe a little flat.
Something in Da Nang, yeah.
Yeah, doing something in Da Nang would be good. So how long you're gonna leave soon?
Yeah, on the 3rd February.
Leaving Da Nang soon?
Yeah.
Are you gonna come back?
As soon as I can.
Okay, good.
I'm very sad to live here.
How do you live? Like, where is your main income coming from?
From my SaaS, from my software.
Yeah.
that I don't have really an income for that. So yeah.
So what you're doing right now is you're gonna try and find a job, freelance.
Yeah. My goal when I came here was to scale the product,
Yeah.
but in some way I failed. So now I have to go back to France and find a job.
Mm-hmm.
But I continue to start to scale the product. And and if I find a way to grow my exchange revenue with voice chip for my software, I will come back here.
Nice. So are you gonna do that in parallel, both at the same time?
Yeah, as before. As a lot of people, I guess, try to build their product and while having a job on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you need more money, you gotta grow faster. It's not saving money, it's making more money. It's like a meme on X, isn't it?
To make more money instead of saving more money.
Yeah. Making more money is not saving money, but it's just making more money, just earning more.
That's my philosophy too. I have to focus more on how to make more money than how to save money by buying cheap stuff or
Yeah, I think it's voice control.
what then.
So you can control this thing by a voice. So I can, for example, say, I just turned voice control off, but if I say DJI stop, then it would stop recording. And that happened one time before, and I was
So you said stop and
maybe I said something about something that sounded like DJI stop, and then it stopped recording. Okay, so we were talking about Mark Lu.
followers, yeah.
And followers, yeah. So what we were saying is the number of followers you have on X is correlated to the amount of revenue that you do, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So that means that the people that follow you because you're successful.
Yeah, kind of.
Right? Because they believe that they can learn something from you because you have achieved prior success.
And you enter in the loop and
And
you enter in this loop that you become more successful because
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a flywheel. Right?
Yeah.
As long as you have a bunch of followers, and then you can create products for your followers, and then you go from there.
Yeah, and Mark Writing understood that.
So
Okay.
yeah.
And that's why it's so successful.
Yeah.
But even Peter Level says that his money is not really coming from Twitter.
Investments.
No, I mean, his software like Photo AI.
Yeah.
When you look at the data, it's many people from Google, not
Search engine.
Yeah, search engine.
Yeah, SEO.
Not really
Yeah.
related.
No, that makes sense. I think Photo AI, it might not be the product that is more for indie hackers. Yeah, because his crowd is all indie hackers, right? Nomads and indie hackers. And I bet that if he would create a product that would be square in the middle of indie hackers, then it would be mostly his.
And I think that he doesn't want to do that because he's always saying, hey, you can build anything you want, you don't need followers to start. So
I agree with that,
Yeah.
but then it's harder.
it's harder.
It's harder to build something not in the space of your followers, and then try to get it through different means.
But in any way, in the area of AI, if your followers, it's always good. You can use as you want after.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the best book you ever read?
Best book. That's a difficult one.
How many books you read, you think?
I think one that is very information dense. One book that I read that is very information dense, that I really would have to put down every 10 minutes and think about every sentence, is the Almanac of Naval Ravikant.
My friend told me about that.
Yeah, it's a very short book.
Yeah.
It's literally just a collection of
Quotes,
posts,
okay.
X posts, tweets.
Tweets and explanation, or just
No, it's literally just
no explanation?
as far as I remember.
Yeah.
It's just a tweet, because it's also beautiful. You don't need explanations for that, because his words are crafted so well that they convey a shit ton of information in just one sentence.
So you have to
rewind. Yeah, you can like think about it, and then you understand.
you should be different after reading 100 codes like this.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe technical books that you read and
Oh yeah. There is one book. I forgot the title, but it's a DevOps book.
okay.
It talks about the importance of shipping fast or deploying fast and automating these things. So it like analyzed. I think it's called the DORA studies, DORA,
Okay.
DORA studies, and it analyzes different teams and the velocity at which different teams deploy to production. And the teams that have been the most successful are also the ones that have the highest velocity of delivery. So they would check things like, how long does it take you to identify and fix a bug and then deploy that to production? And I think the best teams were able to do that within 5 minutes.
So then if you're very fast loop of deploying and iterating,
Yeah.
it's better for success. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. The best products had the lowest time to release to production.
Okay.
So everything I do, the first thing that I always do is set up my CI/CD pipelines.
Do you think it's today still necessary to read technical books for the AI?
Today, I mean, if you're using it today, I would say yes. There's still enough that I have to get into the weeds in the tech, because I'm still not allowing the AI to take architectural decisions. I'm still making architectural decisions. And for that, having the experience of how things behave and how one item can impact another item is necessary for you to understand it. But maybe in the future is not necessary anymore. And I also think that it has to do with context, because sometimes, Claude Code, it creates new code for something where I already have a component that exists. So I need to know that this component exists in my code base to then tell Claude, when I'm reviewing the code, to tell time.
You have to understand the architecture and the project.
Huh?
You have to understand the architecture and
Exactly.
the
You have to know your architecture, especially if it's a bigger project. And you have to tell Claude, hey, look, I've already created this. Don't duplicate this code. And I catch Claude. I'm doing a lot of LLM stuff, obviously. And I use AWS Bedrock. And I use mostly Chinese open source models. And Claude always sneakily integrates with Claude. So when I say, hey, build this thing that has an integration with an LLM, it creates a system prompt, but then it uses itself. Like it uses Haiku 3.5 or Haiku 4 or Sonnet 4. And I have to go, no, hold on. Don't create this direct implementation into your LLM endpoint or API. We already have an integration with an LLM endpoint, which is Amazon Bedrock, and use, Kimi K2 or use GPT OSS or whatever the tool is that I'm using for it.
But how do you manage to still understand the code base and the architecture when you vibe code? Because
well, you have to look at the code.
so you don't just ship and you don't look at the code, and you very take your time. After each iteration, you look, okay, what he did, what I have to understand, etc.
I do use another LLM. I use Open Code, and then I ask Open Code to review the code and then give me the lowdown, and then
But you still look at the code. AI. Okay. Because
every time I make changes, I still look at the code.
I made a project when I was just vibe coding and not looking at the code, and it became really hard at the end to understand.
Yeah, it's very hard to understand. But it's like you have to also set up your MD files. You have the Claude and the agents in each file, depending on which tools you use. And then you have to explain the architecture, and that's also sort of helpful. But it's a double-edged sword, because sometimes if the Claude file with the agents file gets too long, then
That's wrong.
it's not good. I always try to I try to make a habit of only prompting Claude once, and then clearing the context, and then just explaining the state and explaining what we've done.
So you don't continue the conversation.
Yeah, because it gets bad really fast.
Even one prompt.
Well, maybe a second prompt and a third prompt is okay, but after a while, I just realized it can't do anything anymore. Everything it does after a certain point, it's just slow.
And when you need how to say it when you make a resume of the last conversation. Then you reset.
Even
that.
that.
It's
Even that.
get really dumb. Yeah,
Yes.
like that.
Yeah. Do the compacting 2 or 3 times, and it's unusable after a while. And so that's why I really try to make a habit of just clear it and then explain it again. Because I think there's like 2 things that happen with the explaining. A, you clear the context. B, you're also clearing it in your own mind.
Yeah.
You force yourself to think about what actually happened, and that uncovers maybe things that were not known before.
Yeah.
Maybe things that you had missed, issues or connections that you wanted to make, or product decisions that you had done.
Yeah. Maybe you're less fast, but you understand better your project.
Yeah.
It's better on the long term. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you use to code?
Codex.
In the CLI, right?
Yeah, I think it's better on the benchmark. I prefer Cursor, but it's too expensive. So
Right.
Icon Codex. But I like to watch this interface with Cursor to change the model. And this I don't really like. It's not even a real input. And can go like command delete.
Can you paste images?
In Cursor, yes, you can.
In Cursor you can, but I mean in the CLI and
No,
Codex.
not.
No. This is one thing that I really think Claude should fix. Because there's a, Warp?
Grok?
Warp.
No.
There's like a CLI project, or like it's like a terminal emulator,
Okay.
Warp, and they have an AI integration as well. And they allow you to paste photos in.
So the AI can analyze the.
Yeah. Because sometimes you want to explain something. Hey, the layout is a little bit messy. How do you do that? Well, you have the Claude integration, the Chrome integration now, so you can allow Claude to use your comments and then take a screenshot. But you cannot take a screenshot and paste it into Claude.
You can do that with Cursor.
Yeah, Cursor you can.
Yeah.
I haven't used Cursor in a long time though. I want to try sub agents, but I don't know.
Sub agents.
Yeah, so there's this thing where you can orchestrate. You can orchestrate one agent for one instance of your LLM to dispatch jobs to a bunch of sub agents,
Yeah.
and then do work in parallel.
It's interesting because Google released a paper about that.
Yeah.
And they said it's useless in most of the cases.
Useless.
To do that.
Okay.
It's over engineering, and it creates more issue that.
Fair.
So yeah.
Because they cannot interact with each other, because they don't talk to each other.
Does not bring improvement. Only maybe in specific cases like finance.
Yeah.
But most of the case, no. Because it's what the paper say.
I saw also this thing called Council. I think it's council.sh, and it's someone that created a system, a tool that lets the 4 big ones, the Gemini, Claude, GPT, and I think Grok, interact with each other on a plan. So it's council-based planning. So all 4 of them generate a plan, and then they score the plan, and then
take the best plan. You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it can improve the final plan based on all 4's opinions.
Yeah, I'm confused because everyone is saying use multi-agent, use sub-agents, it's better. But
It's a hype.
This paper.
Yeah. In a few months, we'll see if it takes hold or if it doesn't.
Yeah, because I was reading a book about agents, multi-agents.
There's already books out there for.
This book was saying you must use multi-agents, it's better. And they Google released this paper and it's shit. So I don't understand.
It's like, I mean, a lot of people write a lot of books about a lot of topics, not really understanding what to do. It's like, do you use your own products actually, or are you an author writing a book? I think in that sense, maybe it's an author writing a book trying to sell
maybe
on the hype. But do you actually use your own product, right?
Yes, of course I love it.
Yeah. You make a lot of videos and.
Yeah, I have my personal channel that I translate in 4 languages.
Yeah,
and also my voice chip channel that I translated in 10 languages. So yeah, I use the product a lot. It allows me to see the bugs, the flows, everything. So yeah. And you?
I did use Cabal when I was deficiting. I no longer deficit, but I need to get back into it, and then I will start using Cabal again. I still use it for my exercises. And And for Clipped, I do use it as well. Yeah, I sometimes clip stuff from podcasts that I like, and I try to repost it. And basically, the Clipped product is made for me to try to promote my products.
I think there is no better thing than real users,
Yeah,
because you are using the product sometimes in a weird way
yeah,
and not really aware of people who use it.
yeah. That's bad. You should definitely try to find users and help
talk
you
with them too.
and talk with them. Yeah,
It's easier to say that to do, but yeah.
yeah. I see a lot of people turning into entrepreneurs just because of AI, and I think they don't really understand AI doesn't make you an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
If you get a spanner, you're not a car mechanic. But then the question is, maybe the AI can take over eventually all of the entrepreneurial skills
Yeah.
and then do all of that by itself.
I saw this guy on YouTube, a French guy. He was an amazing job. He full remote, really well paid. He left his job to build a product. So he built a product in like 6 months, but he did zero marketing. And then he made a video. Oh, I'm so sad. I made a product. I made zero revenue. I don't understand. And yeah, as I said,
So did he get anything from that video, or did he get nothing?
he was just explaining his story that he built the product for 6 months, and
Did it go viral?
a little bit the video,
Okay.
yeah, but not the product.
Okay, not the product.
Yeah.
I thought maybe off the back of that video, suddenly people will go into this product.
Maybe, but the product was good, but did zero marketing. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
a different job.
It's a completely different job, yeah. Product building and doing marketing.
You think you can be a 10x engineer and also a good entrepreneur?
No, I mean, it's by definition, maybe not by definition, but you can probably be good at two things, maybe one or two things, and you decide if you want to be a jack of all trades or you specialize on, focus on one thing. And as a solo entrepreneur, that's probably the most difficult thing to do. To do everything well, to do the marketing well, to do the coding well, to create a great product. A lot of indie hackers' websites that I see, they are buggy. Things just don't work.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Even in the big ones. I don't want to name names, but I'm happy to go after Veed. You know Veed?
Veed,
VEED, the AI-based video editing.
Veed.io, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Their website is kind of broken. I tried it out and stuff. Sometimes
They are successful. This is a big company, right?
this is a big company, yeah. Okay, maybe, but maybe AI, maybe vibe coding has penetrated some products so deep,
Yeah, that's true.
and it's no longer the coding. That's actually the point. The coding is no longer the problem. Verification is the problem. But because coding, you can just write a sentence and it spits out a feature. But if you're not good enough at, as an engineer, to pivot your capabilities to become basically quality assurance and verify that what Claude has created actually works,
Yeah,
then you fall into a trap.
it's very easy to become lazy and
Yeah.
verify the code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prompt one more time. Yeah. It still doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw last time a new feature on Stripe. It was, you can see 100% that it's vibe coded.
Yeah.
Claude.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
crazy. Even on Stripe, big companies like this.
Yeah. Even in big companies, there's infrastructure. Even, I think, in companies, people don't even know how much AI is being used nowadays and how much it's automated most regular workers' jobs. But yeah,
You have to learn new skills there today.
you have to learn new skills. Prompting is a skill, and the people who prompt well are going to be good in the future.
Some people are saying that prompting is becoming less relevant over time.
Okay,
When the AI become better,
but then there's nothing left, right? And I mean, work-wise, if prompting becomes irrelevant and the AI is good enough to do it by itself, then the AI can prompt itself to do the things. Then it becomes a closed-loop system where it can improve on itself. Did you see that leak from XAI?
about
So there was this podcast, and this guy was talking about building It's not a world model. I don't quite remember what he said, but it's
It was the engineer that left XAI to do a
well,
podcast.
he didn't leave. He was still at XAI at the time, but then he was kicked out because he disclosed what they're building.
Okay.
And they're essentially building virtual workers, virtual people.
To replace.
That's, I think, macro hard. It's like a play on Microsoft. Microsoft is macro hard.
Okay.
It's the name of the.
Can you define workers? Like, what do you mean? Like,
I think what they said is they're building virtual workers. So they learn from the behavior of people, and then they try to emulate that behavior from actual people, and to do the jobs of actual people.
but they already do that. Like, they put cameras on people working on. I don't know.
Oh, but that's real. That's for robotics. I mean software.
Okay.
I mean digital workers. Because most high-paying jobs are digital. Maybe even all high-paying jobs, unless you're like in an executive function. But then even the executive function can be completely digital, right? You can be here and operate your company from here anywhere in the world. You just need to be on a call, or you need to be on Slack. So technically, any high-paying job is digital, right?
It can be automated in some ways. Yeah. And so he went viral because in a ethical way, it's not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think is going to happen in the future? Or how much longer do you think we have?
I think it's going faster than we think.
Yeah.
For example, with Sora, we are saying that for video generation, it's going to take maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
But it went in 1 year.
Do you know when that Will Smith Noodle movie was? It was 3 years ago.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
People were saying, oh, it's going to be good in 20 years maybe. And
Yeah.
now it's already good.
We're already there. We can already make full-length movies just by AI.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen when GPT-6, but it's paradoxical because we are saying the same for GPT-5.
Yeah.
We're saying that it's going to be crazy, insanely good, and
I said no. I think you get used to it very quickly.
To what?
I think you see the increase in intelligence,
Yeah.
and you get used to it very quickly. And I do remember that with Claude 4.5 and Claude 4, I would get upset with it a lot more than I am now. With Claude 4 and Claude 4.5, I had to go in and make changes. Sorry, Claude 4 and 3.5, because we're at 4.5 now. But with those versions, I had to go into code and actually code myself frequently.
Yeah, but no.
Whereas with 4.5 Opus, I hardly have to go in.
That's true.
Right? So I think people believe that it's not happening. I think humanity is going to have achieved the singularity, and people will still be debating, are we actually in the singularity? It's like, has it already happened?
You think so?
I think people are going to be have a digital avatar of themselves, and the digital avatar is going to debate with other digital avatars if the singularity has happened or not. You know Saint Junipero, you know Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Saint Junipero is the one where they're like an old and a paraplegic, and they put like a thing on, and then they're in a virtual world.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be in there, and the debate is like, have we reached singularity? No, we're not. We're not there yet. I believe that's going to happen.
This is crazy
because people get used to technology very fast.
To what?
To technology.
Yeah.
Because I cannot even imagine what it felt like to build a full feature 5 years ago. I don't even, if I had to go back to that, it would be difficult. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
I got used to using Claude Code.
But I feel lucky that I started to learn how to code. Well, there was no AI, but maybe 2 years just after ChatGPT came. But today, what do you think of people learning how to code with AI?
I still think it's valuable, but I still think it's valuable for today. But I'm not sure if it's going to be valuable in 2027. And then my prediction is 2032 is when everything's over. I think that 2032 is when we'll have robotics that is good enough to take care of nearly all physical labor. And I think even sooner than that, we'll have AI that is going to be capable of doing any digital kind of job. So maybe 2028, 2029, digital AI or digital work will be obsolete, and 2032, physical work will be obsolete. That's sort of my thinking.
It's interesting because each time you see a big new technology, it removes a lot of jobs, but it creates a new job.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I think new jobs will come, but I just think physical labor. Or I think about it differently. I think people like to compete, and I do believe that humans in the future are still going to continue to compete. That will still happen, but they will compete in other ways. And I think money is one of the primary ways in which humans compete.
Yeah.
Maybe primarily men.
And if there is no competition, it's not good for the human race.
Yeah.
Did you see this experience with the rats? They create the perfect environments for them to live.
The Expanse, the series.
Not the experience.
Oh, the Expanse.
They put rats in an environment. It was perfect, big and everything, and then become crazy because it was too perfect.
Yes.
And I think it's maybe the same for humans.
Yeah, I agree. But again, I don't think that's going to happen to humans, even if we have full automation, even if we have
universal revenues, maybe.
Huh?
Universal revenue, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think that that's going to happen. I think it's just going to be free. Actually, I think companies eventually might make things free because they have some revenue in a different way. Or you pay for a premium service, like like basic food and basic shelter is taken care of. But if you want to have the fancy mansion, you still have to work and you still have to pay for it.
In some ways today, you can have the minimum salary and average life.
Similar thing that you have today. Yeah. And in competition, like in sports, I think people will still do music. People will still make art. I think it's going to sort of shift towards that.
Yeah. But in some ways, AI is really good at also creative things like.
Yeah. AI will be good, and AI will be used, but at the direction of humans. That's what I think.
Maybe they will take over and kill us all. I don't know.
Hopefully not. It's the Terminator option.
Yeah. It's gonna be weird.
I don't think that's going to happen. But at the end of the day, this is it's inevitable, right? And if there is another alternative where we sort of merge with the AI,
kind of cyberpunk,
fine. Huh?
Kind of cyberpunk.
Yeah. Like a symbiosis, and that will enhance humans as well.
What do you think of putting a chip in your brain?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen.
But are you okay with it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, people are already doing it, right? There are people that are paraplegic or.
But when you talk with some people, it's, oh no, I don't want this. This is crazy.
No.
I mean, okay. If you can, like, have 100 IQ, added in your brain, do you take
bad? Yeah. Why not? I generally think if you look at violence, generally I think, or it's not that I think. It is the truth. The more intelligent you are, the less violent you are. More intelligent people are rarely violent people. And I think if you can add 100 IQ points to someone that is 80 IQ and they become less violent as a result of it, I think that's a good thing. And that's why I also don't think that AI is going to kill us all, because AI is generally, the smarter it gets, or the more capable it gets, and if it has the power to kill us all, it's probably also going to be more intelligent, and that will lead to it being less violent or pursue less violence.
Yeah, maybe in some ways more intelligent and more sophisticated to build something dangerous for humans.
But why? But the question is also, why would it do that? If it is a system that we created, that we instruct ourselves, and it's not something that can have its own thoughts.
Yeah, Elon Musk says it, 50% chance we all die and 50% we reach this perfect world.
I don't think so. I think it's more like 2080.
2080?
2080, yeah. I mean, again, there are bad actors. But still, these bad actors need to have access to the most powerful tools, and they need to use it for nefarious purposes. And I think the actors that have access to the most powerful tools are the deep minds, the Googles, the GPTs,
Governments, yeah.
and their goal isn't nefarious. Their goal isn't world domination or enslavement. Their goal is mostly, I think, cloud. I honestly think Elon, I mean, I don't want to imply here, but I think Elon's and Sam Altman's and the goals of all these CEOs and the ones that are in power is legacy. I believe Elon is doing what he's doing and is pushing so hard for it, maybe in some part for legacy, because he wants to be known as the guy that made rockets land. And I don't think I don't think he wants to have the Hitler kind of legacy. I think he wants to have the kind of, maybe the Henry Ford type of legacy, maybe the Steve Jobs kind of legacy. You know, he wants to be seen as the person that pushed the human race forward.
Yeah.
And if it's that sort of thing, and I think that matches to what Sundar Pichai and Sergey Brin and all these people want.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with the chip, AI, the robots.
Yeah, the robots.
But I'm scared too, right, a bit.
No,
20% chance.
I'm very positive, and I'm very excited about. I think this year is going to be amazing, and I think the next year is going to be even more amazing, because I feel like the speed at which we're seeing new things coming out is increasing.
But maybe it's going faster than how human can adapt to it.
It definitely is, yeah.
So that's why
it's going to take more time for people to adapt.
People are angry and sad that they don't understand, confused with the AI taking their jobs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you too.
I don't know how long we did, but I'll stitch it together. And
almost 1 hour, I think.
Huh?
Almost 1 hour, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think we did like 20 minutes before.
We can continue like this maybe for.
Huh?
We can continue like this, I think, for 1 hour again.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
This is also the format that I want to do. It's just like talking about ideas and what we think, and yeah,
It's nice.
Cheers.